Yeah, that should be enough.
Great.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to go, really.
All right, don't you normally do the
58 seconds.
ping, 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 ping?
Yeah. Hello and welcome again to another episode of Respect the Mic podcast.
This is the podcast where we talk about Asian things that matter to Asian people. Out here in 2020, I'm your host, Michael Lamb.
Pew pew, pew pew.
And with me is
your boy, Michael Trong. And you're tuning in to episode 21, I think it is. I think it's episode 21.
Episode 21
of Respect the Mic podcast. So thank you. If you have listened to every single one so far, thank you. Massive props to you. You're going to get this imaginary Respect the Mic enthusiast t-shirt.
Just imagine it.
Yeah.
And it will,
no budget.
And it will find its way to you.
Still struggling to set up this Patreon.
And it will find its way to you.
Because we have no use for money yet.
And to everyone who's just joining us, who's maybe just tuned in like a few episodes ago, or maybe this is your first one.
Is it your first?
Then welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
You're about to go in for some crazy shenanigans. Strap in. It's going to be a wild.
Sometimes it's wild. Sometimes it's pretty, it's calm. It's Seaman.
Yeah. Seaman. Practicing your Chinese there.
Yeah. Well, we got to practice it every so often. Seaman. What does that mean?
I think it just means like,
what's the direct translation?
Proper,
yeah.
It's
very proper.
You're just being proper,
Yeah, we're just two lads from Southeast London. We're just Asian guys integrating into this society in the UK, and we're going to be talking about that experience a lot. Yes, episode 21. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe and all that palaver. We're on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. If you're listening on there, yep, 5-star that. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. If you're listening on your phone, screenshot it. And I know you got Instagram, so just post it on Instagram. And tell me something about yourself that's Asian that you like.
Good one.
There's something about yourself
Solid.
that you like that's Asian. Yeah, because that's what we
spread,
do on this show.
Spread that positivity.
Yeah, that's what we do on this show. We're highlighting Asians.
Yeah.
So highlight your Asian quality.
What have you got one about you?
I don't know if this is counterproductive, but I don't get Asian flush when I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so you're Asian without Asian flush. That just makes you a super cool Asian.
Thank you. I mean, many perspectives of that. It could be like, so you're not really Asian. You don't get Asian flush. Or, is Asian flush a badge of honor? It's like, you get Asian flush and you're like, yeah, motherfucker. I got Asian flush, mother bitch.
I don't know, you're beating a stereotype. It's not Asian flush, because clearly you should be renaming it something else.
I mean, like, something about yourself that's Asian that you like. It's like, imagine you're very good at maths. Like, I like the fact that I'm good at maths. Because I'm a sick accountant. Man gets 80 grand a year.
Sort your taxes out.
I know. So yeah, it could be something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. I have this is our first actual episode that we're recording in 2020.
Yeah.
This is the first one we actually filmed.
It is
in 2020. So
we released the one before 2020.
The one with Erham Usman.
Not Hussein. Don't forget he's a doctor.
Bro. Sorry, bro. He's got a doctorate. He had a very lovely guest. He's my friend. He features in the show that I'm in. We had a great chat about Indonesians in the UK.
Yeah. That was a nice one.
Yeah, I didn't even know there's a whole massive community.
Yeah.
And he was obviously aware of them, but he's not really in touch with them.
Didn't really know there was a big Indonesian Independence Day either.
No, he can't really hook us up, man. With the Indonesian brothers and sisters out there, get us free food and that. Sad times. Because that's what we're all about, innit? We're Asian, man.
Every guest that comes on, we ask them to bring a dish for dinner.
Well, we just want to see whether we can, get something out of that, out of creating those connections. And,
exactly.
And connecting those dots.
Ain't worth it if you don't get any freebies.
It's true, man. That's how you know we're Asian. So yeah, I've recently just come back from Thailand. My mate was
our mate.
Yeah.
He's my friend too. I've known him longer than you, actually.
Wow. Okay.
Trying to steal him from me.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Where were you, bro?
No money, mate. Too poor.
So yes, I was out at our mate's wedding in Thailand.
Yeah, you got married.
And it was a lovely little ceremony, and it was beautiful. It's hot. It was amazing. Better than this.
You was there for a while, weren't you? About 2 weeks.
I was out there for 10 days, man. Living it up. Hot weather.
Just after Christmas.
Cheap food. Cheap. It was cheap living. Like, my whole entire trip, I didn't really spend much more than 300 quid.
I feel like just after Christmas, like January, is the best time to go to a nice hot country.
I mean, it was relatively quiet. Like, there weren't that many tourists where.
No, but I mean, like, obviously, because January is just so rough in the UK, It's just rubbish.
What? Because it's cold.
It's cold. You're back at work.
Miserable.
Christmas is done. Like you'd rather be in a nice hot place, like on a beach, just relaxing.
I didn't go to any beaches, unfortunately.
Oh, whatever, man. You went to somewhere hot.
I did. It was amazing. And what I find about Asian countries is that when I go there, I feel really, really at home. Like seeing so many other yellows around me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of blending in, but also you just feel a little bit more confident,
bit more relaxed, bit more in your element.
Yeah,
I get that.
Do you get that?
Kind of, yeah. Like,
do you know what I'm saying though?
Like in Hong Kong, I'm just kind of like, I'm with my people here,
right? Right.
You're just like, I feel good.
I mean, okay, so this is one of the perfect examples. Like, as soon as I arrived in Heathrow, right, I saw a South Asian guy telling another South Asian guy, presumably they don't know each other, but I just heard in a passing comment, don't bother asking them, they're not gonna help you. And he was pointing,
this is Heathrow.
This is in Heathrow. I landed in Heathrow, and one South Asian guy said it to another South Asian guy, and they were pointing at a white woman who worked in Heathrow. And he was obviously trying to ask, where's my, where do I go to pick up my baggage or something, and some other helpful South Asian, but he was also throwing shade on the a white worker in Heathrow,
right?
And it was just like, rah. Wow, that's the first thing like I'm hearing when I come back to London.
Yeah.
Is that what I expect here? Is that normal? Because like you wouldn't, because when I'm in when I'm in Thailand, you ask anybody, they're pretty much very, very helpful, or they'll find somebody else to help you whether the fact somebody else who can actually speak English better. But yeah, it was kind of kind of sad coming back here, and that's the first thing you hear, and that set my precedent and expectation of what yet to come for me now that I've arrived back home.
Like, goddamn, back in the UK.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel more comfortable in Asian countries, man.
Yeah.
There's just everybody is the same color, man. There's less racism or different. But
you can't be racist to someone the same color as you.
Exactly, yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, but that's counterproductive. It should be like that everywhere you go, wherever we are.
You shouldn't need to be with your people to feel at ease. Or feel comfortable.
But just for another foreigner to say that to another foreigner about the people in this country, it was a sad tone. And that kind of set the holiday blues.
Like, you couldn't trust them. Like, you couldn't trust the white.
But at the same
worker.
time, I was just like, that's a bit deep. For this poor lady. Maybe she did want to help. You didn't even bother asking. You were just throwing shade straight away.
An assumption, she's like, she ain't gonna do shit.
So,
come on, man, let's move on.
Yeah, and the manners that they have in these Asian countries, just there's so much more helpfulness, more willingness to help.
I find that in Thailand that they're so hospitable.
Yeah,
they just want you to have a good time.
That too.
They just want to show you a good time.
I think also, for them, the amount of service that you give to someone can dictate how much money that you receive in it via tips. So that could be very important to their living.
Yeah.
Imagine some rich Arab.
So you think it's them
like a grand.
So you think it's just they're just putting it on?
I think it can be kind of
because to me it feels very genuine. Yeah, I never feel like they're just doing it to get a bigger tip from me.
No, yeah. I think it's very genuine, but also at the same, they know that doing that can also provide them with
of course,
monetary value. I think it ties wholly in together into their culture, but also they know that it's going to get them peace. So it's a bit of both, man. For me, I fight both arguments on this.
Because naturally, I just find they're very, really hospitable, even if they're not expecting anything back.
Japan,
they'll just be really super nice.
Yeah, everywhere you go in Japan.
Well, Japan is like you can't even if you tip, it's rude.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They'll be like, this is just the standard that I'm giving you. I'm not giving you anything extra. I'm not expecting anything extra
yeah,
back.
You're right. That brings back a memory.
It's like rude of you to think that I'm giving you special service. So they don't want a tip.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You can't
Crazy
give
polite.
tip in 7-Eleven as well. It's in Thailand. Yeah, that happened to me. I charge I just didn't want the change in it, so I was just like, no, I keep it in it. And they were like, no. They looked so confused.
Yeah.
And then like when I finally grabbed my bag, she chucked it in the bag to force me to take it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So forceful.
And that was in Thailand. So I
Yeah.
guess like in places of work as well, you know, something like a franchise is obviously maybe they're not allowed to take tip or something kind of situation.
Yeah, well, they'll probably have like a corporate rule for that sort of thing, won't they?
But yeah, maybe because, you know, 7-Eleven's fucking everywhere, big franchise. Yeah, so it was it's really refreshing to be on holiday. I feel fucking I'm still in holiday mode now. So
Yeah.
I'm literally
Don't
smiling.
worry, I've been feeling them vibes from you like all day. It's been so hard to try and get this episode up. Like,
It's like, are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to do this? Just setting up the lights. Took me an hour.
procrastinated.
Yeah, it was. Well, I just feel too in a positive place, and I feel like sometimes I need to come to this podcast with a kind of a sense of negativity just to fight the argument for the other side, you know, so to look on both sides.
You just need to get that fire.
Yeah. If I'm too positive, man, I'm just gonna be fighting the positive side all day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, great things, happiness. Yeah. Okay, so how have you been though? How's how, you know, that was all about me. How you been, bro?
I've been straight back into the new year.
Yeah.
Straight back into work.
Yeah.
Slightly depressing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's
now
not too bad.
you can fight the other part.
Yeah.
I'll
I
be
can
the
be
positive
I can be
today.
the negative guy. Yeah. That's what the UK does to you when you've been here in January.
That's what I'm saying,
Sucks,
man.
mate.
I mean, it makes you feel being here and getting sucked into it sometimes. You can get really sucked into your work life, man.
But you know what?
You got to live it.
Getting back into a routine again.
Yeah.
A work week routine. Like I went training, I bought groceries, and I just did cooking. Got like my weekly routine back. That felt really nice. Because during Christmas, that just went out the window.
Just
In the
eating
new
random,
year and in the
sleeping
New
random.
Year's, yeah. My whole sleeping pattern. I was just eating Christmas dinner basically for like a week.
I'm pretty jet lagged, man. I'm floating, bro. Like I don't even know what time of day it is.
It's Saturday.
I'm confused.com. All right, well, let's get into it. So what's really been popping off right now? What's really massive? If you are, you know, an advocate for East Asian talent, if you've been watching the news, Awkwafina has recently won a Golden Globe.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Globe for her performance in
The Farewell.
Farewell. So best actress. It's our first Asian American to win a Golden Globe for best actress. So let's take a moment to round of applause. Fuck yes, yes.
We out here.
Fucking doing fucking bits, bruv. Asian fucking wave. This is tsunami, bruv.
Jeez.
That
was aggressive. That was some aggressive appreciation.
Got so aggressive, I pulled out my headphone cable.
I think it's sick. Because it's not just an award.
Yes.
It's not like best supporting actress. It's not like best like cinematography or like best editing or one of them ones, you know. Like she actually won one of the top awards. It was the top award for females.
Best
top actress.
Like,
Best actress.
Then yeah.
It doesn't get better than that award.
No.
You know, as a female actress, that's what you're aiming to go for.
Yeah.
Not the supporting role.
Unless you get an Oscar for that.
But as in the category, right?
Yeah.
The category best female actress.
Yeah, as an actor, I mean, that's the best thing you want to get.
Exactly.
She
did it.
It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really great. And hopefully, you know, she can be a massive role model to other Asians who want to get into, you know, this kind of work, because particularly, you know, it's looked down on, or what we feel, what the consensus is that, you know, we're not happy with Asians being in the media. But obviously, you know, I'm out here doing it. So this is something that I, you know, makes me fucking
inspirational
ecstatic.
for you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fucking role model for me.
Yeah.
That's it's fucking beautiful, isn't it?
Finally seeing some representation, and they're actually out here getting it. Being recognized.
And it was for, Farewell, which, I'll put my hands up. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I've been trying to watch it.
They've got releases now in the UK, innit?
Yeah. It's released in the UK.
I'm gonna get to it. I'll just come back from holiday. But from what I've seen in the trailer, it's a story about getting the family together. There's these hierarchy of respect. It's about a migrant, first generation from a migrant family. You have integrated into society, but you've also want to still keep your culture. You're still wanting to pay face to your grandma's wishes. So just from the trailer, I feel really, really relatable to it. I have heard good things about it, and I'm really, really excited to see that film.
Yeah.
So from that, I think fucking phenomenal. It's not a cheesy fucking kung fu movie.
It feels authentic, right?
Yeah.
You don't look at it because when they're trying to,
you're proud of it.
When they're trying to represent Asian culture in movies, you always feel there's always been a bit of a cringe, a bit of a this is a bit too heavy, it's a bit too rich for my palate. But the Farewell kind of hits the right notes. It hits the right chords.
Exactly.
Where you don't think they're trying to force it. It really is just like an authentic interpretation of what Asian American life is.
That's right.
As a first generation, second generation, like it feels like they've got that spot on without. It is a sad movie, but they have like good spots of where it's really funny and like really endearing. And it doesn't feel like you have to be Asian to appreciate this movie. Yeah, it felt very human.
I feel like at the same time though that this particular movie was made really for the first generation of those migrant families. I think it was specifically made for those
second generation.
Second generation.
Don't know why
I always fuck this up.
I don't know why you do this.
I always fuck this up. Why do I always overcomplicate? Second generation is specifically made for second generation, for me, for Lam.
Yeah.
And we can really relate to this role that she plays. And I reckon this film would make me cry like a little bitch.
Yeah.
I reckon it would,
Do you know, I've been trying to download this movie because I'm not rich enough to go cinema. I'm trying to stay home. And then it said English subtitles.
Yeah.
So obviously I don't understand Mandarin that well to be watching it like without it. So I had to have English subtitles. And then I downloaded it, and then it was English subtitles for the parts where they spoke English. And then all the other and when they were speaking Mandarin, they had nothing. I was like,
nothing.
That's flipping useful. So I've been trying to watch it, but
sad times.
Someone find me like a download or a link.
Should have paid more attention in Chinese school, Lam.
Should have. It's difficult, mate.
I think we should make it a date, man, to go and see it. Yeah, a respect the mic date.
Yeah. I can invite you over to my place if I find a download.
Find a download.
Yeah.
No, man, we're not gonna download it. We're gonna go out and support this talent.
I support it by watching it and talking about it on this podcast.
Yes, where other people will go and see it and pay money. You should go and pay money to go see that.
We're doing more talking about it on here than going to the cinema.
Opening up the discussion for it. But we'll get back to what we actually think of for the movie when we finally see it. But what's more important is that she's really paving the way for more of this to happen. I think that we're highlighting more and more East Asian talent. So I'm very happy this Asian wave is still flowing.
Yeah.
It was Asian splash. Now it's Asian wave.
Now it's an Asian wave.
Now it's Asian tsunami next. You know what I'm saying? We're a whole
just on a wave of destruction. We're out here.
We should overtake the entire cinema scene. Which will be wonderful. I mean, there are so much right now that's popping off that that just comes to mind when I think about East Asians in the media now, in film, in TV series on Netflix.
Feels like there's definitely more movies, more shows that are representative of our lives,
and more names are popping off, and more names are becoming household names now. You know, Randall Park, Ali Wong, Ken Jeong. You know, all of these.
Henry Golding.
Yeah. Asian Splash.
He's not quite the wave yet. He's just the Splash.
No. I mean, he's out here doing, man.
He's gonna hate you by the end of this.
No. I much love, man. I mean, he's there at least crossing that line, and he's, you know, out there making films with white people. So he needs to be the connection, the bridge.
But I know what you mean. There's been a lot more of it.
There's been loads, man. We're having definitely our Black Panther moment.
I think it's crazy within this decade, because you think 10 years ago and you think the sort of roles that you'd expect an Asian to star in would definitely just be like a martial arts type movie. Not that I'm not a fan of them. I love them. But it was like people like Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, who are really just famous for knowing martial arts. And basically, if you were going to see an Asian in a movie, you'd be like 9 times out of 10, it's going to be about martial arts, you know? Whereas now you're seeing it and you're like, and it's actually just there's real life story.
There's comedy.
A real life narrative.
Romance.
Yeah, a real life narrative that's not centered around this guy knows how to do 3 fly kicks and kick the air 6 times before he reaches the ground. But
Lam, can you do a fly kick?
I can do a fly kick.
And
yeah.
So
just not well. I mean, anyone can do it.
What I'm saying is, like, most of the Asians that we probably know probably can do a kick or two. So we are living up to.
I do fit into that stereotype because I do taekwondo.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So you know, we're out there helping the stereotype.
Not same. You've never done a grading.
No.
Don't just say you do taekwondo.
But I do martial arts, man. I have had training. I have had training.
Yeah.
So you know, like I if you said to someone, you know, do a kick, and you could tell by their form whether they have actually had, you know, proper martial arts training, you know, whether they're with their floppy toes out or whatnot, and they're, you know, are they pivoting? So you know, we are essentially living up to that stereotype, man. It's unfortunate, but also for our own safety, because you know sometimes we'll be tested. We'll be tested out here on these streets.
Fuck that! If someone points a knife at me, I'm running.
Yeah, well,
ain't no chance I'm gonna be kicking someone.
That is probably that's one of the rules, man. It's like run away first.
Yeah. But it used to be the case where every single Asian actress or actor, even in like places like Hong Kong, and you basically had to know some form of martial arts. Like, you had to have done some stage martial arts kind of thing. Like, it's such a big part of our culture. But
I mean, even like, you know, stuntmen themselves, most of them are, you know, a lot of them are East Asian. They all know martial arts, man. All signing up because they know how to, break their fall kicks and be henchmen and whatnot. So I'm gel, man. I haven't got that ability.
You don't need to. We're moving away from it. You know, you don't need that skill set.
I just want to tick every box, man. I just want to tick everything.
Focus on your acting, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want to get pigeonholed into that.
Thank you, Manager Lam.
Like, martial arts role, don't want it. Just give me a real role about being a Chinese British person. Give me that.
So what I'm worried though is this just all like a fad? Like, are we just paying attention now, and then are we gonna next week move on to like the next race? Is that a good thing? You know, are we highlighting everybody's culture, or are we jumping on different bandwagons and just where does this mean? What does this mean for us? I mean, I want to be in a positive light. I want to be like, yes, let's open up more roles. Let's see more fresh East Asian actors on the big screen. Is it going to be...
I think it just depends on the appetite for it.
Yeah.
Right? You look at the success of Crazy Rich Asians. You look at the success of The Farewell. And it seems there's clearly an appetite for these sort of movies. So it makes business sense to be able to bankroll more of these types of movies, you know?
Where the money is, yeah?
Yeah. And I get it. Like, Awkwafina, like, right now she's very trendy. She's very on vogue. It's very fashionable. But she's still, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, even though she is the in vogue person at the moment, she's still a very talented actor. And then she got to where she was through doing these roles that weren't atypically like Asian stereotypes, you know. So she's doing like more well-rounded roles.
I'm very gassed for her kind of her journey. Yeah. Like, she's had really, really kind of different roles, rather than those kind of stereotypical type roles. She's been very groundbreaking in most of the things that she's done. Like whether, you know, she's like the cool kind of quirky one in Crazy Rich Asians, where she's that family member. In Farewells, you know, she's the lead character, who's, you know, just a regular day Asian American. You know, she's doing comedy on, you know,
exactly. Yeah, she's got a new sitcom coming out.
You know, she opened for Saturday Night Live as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's doing all these things where it's like super groundbreaking. So she's had a massively amazing journey that had loved to have, you know.
Yeah. And she's become very palatable for Western audiences.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But, so the big question is then, will she hit home? You know, is she going to be massive in like Asia? Like, would Farewell go down a treat as it has?
I don't know, but I don't even know if she needs to. Like, why does she need to break that market if she's doing so well here? She's doing more for the Asian American culture than she is as a standard Chinese actress. You know, like they've already got their stars there making Chinese movies. I don't think she needs to make that move.
I think, well, yeah.
I think she's fine to stay where she is, you know?
A lot of these movies that we're having now that are, you know, funded by China are, you know, you've got The Rock and you've got like, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds, you know, you got like these films that are set in Asia where they're just action movies and things blow up and it's, you know, The Rock has done a
really
whole...
blockbuster, like big movies.
He's done a whole series of them, you know, that are just massive in Asia.
I mean, there's no reason for
Are we shifting now? Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason for her to star in those sort of movies.
No.
But it's just whether that story of second generation immigrants, that sort of thing, where it's close to home, but it's not quite relatable enough for them to really think about it. They just want to see like a big blockbuster movie that's going to be entertaining for them.
I don't think they would relate to those things.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's in Farewell, man.
I don't think they're really the right audience. Like, they're not really the right audience for those sort of movies.
Nah, not at all. So yeah, that's a great time ahead. I hope that is going to keep continuing. You know, highlighting other East Asians, and freaking seeing more, you know, fresh faces.
That's it.
Because but we're even seeing like the return of you know, like Lucy Liu and some of these older Asian actresses as well.
Yeah.
Who are getting like a second stream of work now. But I want, you know, make way for me.
I said you got to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna leave without you, mate.
Yeah, I need to jump on that train.
Yeah,
choo choo, motherfucker.
Yeah. It must be quite bright knowing that these things are happening though. As an actor in this day and age.
I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful. Yeah. I'm very happy. I just hope they pick up on me, man. And this with this whole new look that I've got going on. Which you keep
the beard growing and the little,
you know what, the beard's not coming, man. I've got to come to accept that this beard is non-existent.
Yeah.
I need to shave that shit off. But this mustache is coming strong, man. It's coming strong, but it's thicker. But you know, a lot of people say I look like a pedo.
Yeah, so. I mean, small wins, mate. Every single win to give yourself, like, just do it.
Look, I'm trying to do the best I can.
How long have you been growing that?
I've been growing the hair for about 3 months now. 3 months.
So a quarter of a year.
Yeah, you can watch it throughout the YouTube. My hair's been growing. I haven't cut it for a little while because
the tash has been 3 months.
Oh no, this I constantly trim.
You trim?
Yeah, I constantly trim because, you know, the hairs get too long.
Yeah.
I haven't really decided what I was really wanting to go with this. Whether I want to go, you know, Fu Manchu, you know, that whole
Fu Manchu.
Yeah. The whole long beard. And you know, I just want to get a top knot and be this kind of like hipster kind of Chinaman who's a DJ.
But why a top knot?
I don't know, man. I just wanted to. It just hit at me.
I feel like you should just go wild and just do a completely different type of hairstyle.
What, like a?
I feel like a Mohican. A top knot's a bit out. You know, it's a bit dated. You know?
I know it's dated. But you know, I want to. Maybe I want to do it now that nobody's doing it.
Maybe shave your eyebrows.
What? Look like an alien?
That would be a different look.
Fuck you, bro.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
man.
you're really stitching me up here, lad. I thought you out here looking out for me, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying this whole new look, see how it goes. But the more hair there is, the more I can play with.
Yeah, reverse top knot.
Yeah, I mean,
just shave the top.
Have a top knot on the sides. Yeah, have headphones.
Just a ponytail, and then the top's bald.
I mean, let's see.
Like them old school Asian movies. Do you know them? Well, Fei Hong
shave the front part,
shaved at the top, and then
shave the front part.
They just had a long tail.
I might do it. Check back in 3 months.
Classic look, mate.
I mean, I think my hair will be about here.
Strong.
In about another 3 months.
Strong Asian look.
Actually, I'm being hopeful.
You'll be repping the Chinese history by doing that hairstyle. Perfect one for Chinese New Year.
Well,
if you guys want to see this, we're gonna set up a Patreon.
Yes.
So
we will be setting up a Patreon.
So
to talk more about my hair. I mean, you can pay me to have a certain hairstyle. Yeah, if you sign up, you give us £5. I'll get the Fong Sayuk fucking haircut where he shaves the fucking front.
Yeah.
And he has a top knot.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it. But yeah, give us your money.
Perfect. You're gonna get like an anonymous donation from. Let's just say someone.
Yeah. It's gonna be
like £100.
It's gonna be fucking you. Yes, putting in money back into the show. Thank you, Lam. So yeah, I think we can wrap up here. That we're really, really happy. I think that's the main point that we can kind of round up this whole section on. Is that we're happy that Awkwafina has won Best Actress for Golden Globes. That's big moves.
It's a big moment. And I think it means big things for the culture as well.
Yeah.
Because I think you can only get better from here. I mean, it feels like it's only just the start. It only feels like it's just picking up.
She spawned a whole new seed of fresh talent, I reckon. Other people are going to feel inspired. Other people are going to be, wanting to again feel like they can relate to the content that she's put out. And the fact that she is also one that showing that it's possible for other East Asians to do so.
Representation, man.
I know.
Yeah, seeing it on screen.
So, I'm gassed. I'm super gassed. Lamb's gassed for her and me. Maybe you should become an actor now, man. You got a better grade than me.
I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of acting?
I'm not a fan of acting.
No?
No. I don't like playing other people.
You just play yourself?
Yeah, but how many roles am I going to get?
I mean, hey, man.
You got to diversify, but I don't know.
Maybe they're looking for you.
Uncomfortable about it.
Maybe you're that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the new superstar. You're the new Henry Golding.
Yeah, maybe.
Some people think you're
steal all the roles from you.
No, man. We will do completely different roles.
Yeah.
You can be out here. I can be out here like Benedict Wong.
Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's doing all these like kind of like Chinaman roles. No, I love you, Benedict, if you ever listening to this. But so on that note. So that's it for another episode of Respect the Mic podcast. Thank you again for tuning in and listening to us, one handsome young man and one mug.
One mug with not a lot of facial hair. Which one are we talking about?
Which one? Ooh. So just remember, if you're listening on your phones, make sure you screenshot, share it. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review, all that palaver. Thank you again. I'm Gas. See us next week for another episode where we'll be talking about Chinese New Year, because the real New Year's coming up. Okay, Respect the Mic podcast is out. My name is Michael Chung. You can find me on Instagram, Michael H. Chung. You can find Lam
at Hong Mike Lam on Instagram, at _Famalam on Twitter.
And you can find me on Twitter at Michael H. Chung as well. And this podcast at Respect the Mic Pod. Okay, that's it. Bye, mother bitch. Love.